Alright, guys, now let's go to page 8, part 4, reading and writing. Questions 21 to 25. Read the text and questions below. For each question, mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet. Okay? American black ducks. So for this one, you just need to read the whole article here, and then you answer all the questions below, right?
Yeah.
Now, question 21. Stop. Read that.
What is Socratic doing the text? Explaining how he is doing a piece of research.
Yeah, what is Sam Brantes doing in the text? And the answer is B, explaining how he is doing a piece of research. Is this one easy to answer or? No, I think this one you should do at the end because here they're asking for the main idea of the whole article, right? So it's hard. You don't do this at the beginning, all right? Maybe you start with some kind of specific question, not some kind of general idea or the main idea of the whole article. It's really hard because the whole article you only can get it after you read the whole thing, right? Now, let's go to number 22. Read that.
What is Sam hoping to discover about American black ducks?
Yeah.
What their behavior is like after dark.
Yeah, what their behavior is like after dark. So what is Sam hoping to discover about American black ducks? What their behavior is like after dark. Okay? Now, where can we find the answer for number 22?
Paragraph 2.
Yeah?
Line number 4. There's lots of information about their daytime activities, but nothing about what they do at night because we simply haven't had the equipment.
Yes, okay. Makes sense. American Black Ducks by Sam Brantes, wildlife biologist. And you can see the answer in paragraph 2, line number 4. There's lots of information about their daytime activities, but nothing about what they do at night because we simply haven't had the equipment. And now, tell me, what is Sam hoping to discover about American black ducks and what their behavior is like after dark? Their behavior after dark. Now tell me, their behavior is the same as what?
About what they do.
Yes, their behavior means what they do, right? After dark means at night. Yes, after dark means at night. And why do we know that here? Because Sam is hoping to discover about the ducks, right? And hoping to discover means what? Yeah, we may. Yeah, we simply haven't had the equipment, but maybe we read something before that. We say that they are trying to discover something here. We're worried about black ducks mainly because their numbers have fallen hugely, and we don't know whether there's enough food on the East Coast or for these animals. Okay, so they don't know something, and there's a lot of information there. So they try to do something. And also here you can read it. But this new scope will produce really clear pictures even on moonless nights, so we'll be able to find out more and make better decisions about looking after the area where they live based on what we learn. Okay? Yeah, that one as well. So we can understand that they're trying to discover something there. But actually the main thing is what you just read. There's lots of information about their daytime activities, but nothing about what they do at night because we simply haven't had the equipment, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's enough. You just mark that sentence. It should be enough. Okay, mark the sentence. Should be enough. Ooh. The scope here, if you want to understand that, you need to read the first paragraph, right? Sub, can you read the first paragraph? Because here you say they say, but this new scope will produce really clear pictures. So because scope, it has many different meanings. We want to know exactly the meaning of this word, scope, right? Now read the first paragraph. Sub.
I work at a U.S. university where my team and I are trying to learn more about water first, particularly one called the American black duck. And we've just started using an exciting piece of equipment called night vision scope,
Not enough. Go on.
which allows us to see the ducks in the dark.
Now, guys, remember in IELTS or in PET or in any kind of test, English test, after writing something, normally they will explain that word after a comma or something, right? Hello, right? So can someone explain this to me? A night vision scope. What is that? What is that? Yeah, what does it do? It's a scope. Yeah, what does it do? Yes, you can see the explanation right after the comma, right? Which allows us to see the ducks in the dark, right? Yeah, and also this is, first of all, if you want to explain this, you have to say that is an exciting piece of equipment. So that is an equipment or a device, okay? Right? That is an equipment or a device which allows us to see the ducks in the dark. So now by reading that, you understand the meaning of the word scope, right? Okay, good. So we know the answers for this is A. All right, now 23. Read that.
When Sam spends long periods watching ducks, he sometimes finds it difficult to stay awake.
Yeah, when Sam spends long periods watching ducks, he sometimes finds it difficult to stay awake. Where is that?
Paragraph 3, line 4, line 3. The weather hasn't helped. Some nights are mild, but more often it's wet. Oh, and it's so quiet. I needed a glass of coffee to stop me falling asleep.
Yeah, the weather hasn't helped. Some nights are mild, but more often it's wet. Oh, and it's so quiet. I needed lots of coffee to stop me falling asleep. Yes, I can see something related to falling asleep, right? But I still don't understand what he's doing. Because based on the question, you see they say when Sam spends long periods watching ducks, right? That is what he tries to do, or that is what he's doing here. But based on your sentence, I still don't see that action at all. So that means it's not enough.
Number 1, we studied ducks in different locations, and I've had to take a boat to some sites and make notes on every duck I see.
Yes, we studied ducks in different locations, and I've had to take a boat to some sites and make notes on every duck I see. The weather hasn't helped. Some nights are mild, but more often it's wet. Oh, and it's so quiet. I've needed lots of coffee to stop me falling asleep, right? And it makes sense. So now we know that what he's doing. Okay, so spends long periods watching ducks and sometimes finds difficult to stay awake. Is the same as what?
location and have to make a note on every dog we see.
Yes, here they say it is very hard work. There are 4 of us, each working 6 hours daily. We study ducks in different locations. So when we say we study ducks in different locations, and I have to take a boat to some sites and make notes on every duck I see. Make notes on every duck I see, that means watching ducks. Right? Yes, you cannot lie that. You can you make notes on every duck I see, that means watching ducks. Yeah? Spend long periods. Why we not spend long periods? Because each working 6 hours daily. That's a long time. You have to travel from location to location. So that's a lot of work, hard work. Okay? And something like sometimes finds it difficult to stay awake is the same as what?
Oh, and it's so quiet. I need lots of coffee to stop me falling asleep.
Yes, okay. I needed lots of coffee to stop me falling asleep. So you can mark that one. From it is very hard work until falling asleep. And then you can write number 23 there. Right? Yep. Yeah, we ask for the meaning of all of the words later, yeah? But of course you can get, because you see they say wet or okay? But we will discuss about the meanings of all of the words later after this, yeah? Okay. Now let's move on to number 24, right? New one.
The sun says about walking inside the lab over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
He accepts that it is a necessary part of his job.
Yes. What does Sam say about working inside a lab over the summer? Working inside a lab over the summer, he accepts that it's a necessary part of his job. I mean, working inside a lab over the summer is a necessary part of his job, right? Where is that?
I think last paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
especially compared to what the summer will bring our work in a laboratory where we will look at our results together. It would be harder to be stuck inside like this because we do this, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Okay, so you mean the whole paragraph, right? Still, I like the challenge of it, especially compared to what the summer will bring. Ours in a laboratory where we'll look at our results together. It'd be hard to be stuck inside, but it's essential to do this. And I wouldn't change it for anything. Now, tell me, working inside a lab over the summer is the same as what? Working inside a lab first.
Summer will bring our laboratory.
Yeah, we see the word summer there, right? Especially compared to what the summer will bring. Hours in the laboratory, that means work or working inside, and also be stuck inside, you see? Be stuck inside, I mean stay inside the laboratory over the summer. Okay, now accepts that it's a necessary part of his job. Yeah, it's essential to do this. It's essential to do this. Essential means necessary, right? It's essential to do this, necessary to do this. So you can mark that one, okay? And then you can write number 24, right? 24. All right, done. Okay, number 25, V.
What nice man say about me? Expenses are working out all. So have the mean very bright, but our
Okay, so what might Sam say about his experiences of working outdoors? Experiences of working outdoors. Okay, not inside the lab or anywhere else. So don't misunderstand. Okay, and the answer is C. Sometimes the moon hasn't been very bright, but our equipment provides the amount of light we need to collect information. Where is that? Hmm? Okay.
This new stop list from you really clear picture even on the next night, so we will be able to find out more and make better decision about after the real where they live places on what we learn.
Yeah, you need to work on your pronunciation. Okay, be very careful. Yeah. Rồi bạn mình chọn cái khúc đó right. Cố gắng luyện cái phần phát âm nha. Phát âm đọc rất nhiều từ sai. You understand? Be very careful of that. But this new scope will produce really clear pictures even on moonless nights, so we'll be able to find out more and make better decisions about looking after the area where they live based on what we learn, right? Okay, if you choose that one, now tell me. Sometimes the moon hasn't been very bright. Is the same as what?
Even on the next night.
Nãy giờ không đọc thì không nghe thầy đọc hay sao mà cứ đọc vớ va vẩn về cái phát âm vậy? Cái gì event on moonlit night gì vậy? Đọc cái tiếng gì vậy? Tập trung vô. Even on moonlit nights. Okay. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. But our equipment provides the amount of light we need to collect information. Is the same as what? Yeah, but this new scope will produce really clear pictures. It's kind of all right. But it's not really enough because I know that the scope will produce really clear pictures, right? But how? It doesn't say clearly. I need more evidence. No, not that. I want to see something. Can you find somewhere else? Because normally for this type of question, you will not only find information in one place, but maybe in many different spots, right? But our equipment provides the amount of light we need to collect information. Is that the only place we can find about the scope? The scope will produce clear, really clear pictures. Okay, what else? Is that all? Probably you can see from paragraph 1, you see they talk about the equipment, right? We just started using an exciting piece of equipment called a night vision scope, which allows us to see the ducks in the dark. Okay? Yeah? Okay, guys, just go on. And we'll be back. Go on, read that. And check for the answers for the other things, and also part 5 and 6, the next part. I will be back. Yeah. Go on, guys. Go on. You might take your time to check for the meaning of all the words.
mày nói ngố đi. Ngoài cái cách kiểu cách sao mà nhìn chị là ai tự nhiên chỉ yêu đời. Mình cắt tóc rồi, mình sẽ cắt phần cái đầu này mình sẽ đi hiến. Tại nào cũng có ý à, tại vì để tóc dài thấy nó phiền. Em sẽ hiến nó luôn. Đường tóc này hiến tới cỡ này. Đây. Xong rồi em sẽ dành cắt tóc cho cái đầu của nó trên mặt. Mấy chị chưa thấy hồi để tóc ngắn đâu. Em cắt tới đây lận rồi. Bây giờ em máy như cái đầu luôn. Rõ má người thấy luôn, cái này nó quậy quá à. Ra lại đang ăn mì á. Chị ghẹo nó hoài vậy. Ngày hồi này hồi đó thì nó siêu nóng luôn. Mình bảo nó chọc thằng này hoặc thằng Duy Tân chọc này nó sẽ đánh lại luôn. Nó đáng lắm. Nó đáng ha. Chứ nó không có được hiện như vậy đâu. Nó chọc đó là nó đánh lại. Nhưng mà không ngồi vậy luôn á. Đó. Ở nhà 9 giờ 10 giờ đi học nha, 9 giờ 10 vô. Bạn có đi dưới rồi, đi chơi ngắn hả? Mỗi mắt 30 phút 1 tiếng chưa xong. Hôm nay mình chơi mình xí sợ. Chứ bình thường ở nhà không bao giờ làm nha, đi học cũng không bao giờ. Chơi ở đâu hả? Chơi ở đâu kệ tôi. Không có đi chơi siêu thị đâu. Nói cho biết luôn. Chị đi xuống dưới quận 12. Xa. Coi phí rồi đi cờ đúng không? Ngày hôm nay cũng có cờ này nên đi. Tình yêu sẽ khách hàng OTP để phụ viên di động 18 em về đồng ý. Được á. Thì mình cho biết bạn hai con á, hai con ở lớp á thì hả như là hai cục bồ vậy á, muốn nhào nó cắn sao thì cắn, chứ ở là đi chơi với nhau hả, hoặc là mày đẹp bên tao hoặc tao đẹp bên mày đó, nói chung là cái kiểu đó không đó. go. Chọc này.
No, no.
Gom nó cũng biết cô rồi. Không cho cái gì hết trơn. Cô không happy birthday mình luôn. Từ còn ghê.
Tippy, tippy.
Let's go happy birthday nữa.
Tippy.
Đó, mà you use the book. Not fast anymore. Mà you don't use the fast. Million later, last time entered wildlife biologists. I work at US University, where my team and I are going to learn more about water birds, particularly when coordinated later and suggest, hey, do you read that? Này em còn sợ. Chơi store using an XATBO epitome called Roy Vision School. We browser to see the dogs in the dog. Red, red, green, red. The next paragraph. And mine. Wait. Mày ngoài mày. big boat on every geography. The weather wouldn't have sunlight or more. More often it's wet. Oh. And this one I need a lot of coffee to stop me falling asleep. When I missed the working day so far because the snow was still deep even for our special snow vehicles.
It was nice to tell about this, especially compared to what the summer will bring ours in the laboratory, where we look at our results together. It will be hard to be stuck inside, but it's essential to do this, and I won't take it.
Change that what?
Change it for anything.
Change it anything. Me one time.
Anything.
Continue. Liên gia cơ này kia. Okay. Hai chị Nam biết gì không? Hồi đó lâu lắm rồi, cỡ 3-4 năm trước, 4 năm trước rồi mới lên lớp 6 ở biết sao. Trước đó mỗi lớp 3, 4 gì đó hay là nói chút xíu rồi, xong rồi kiểu cái phòng nào nó bị chia đôi đi, cái khu trên nó cũng phòng khu với được không nào, xong rồi em có giờ nó chơi á, tại vì cái phòng này xong rồi nó thường kiểu chạy giỡn với nhau á, thế là thằng Thảo, chị biết nó không ta? Hồi đó học lớp thứ 3 năm mấy người đó, thằng đó nó chơi chung với thằng này. Hôm đó là hôm nó cũng vắng, nó có bao nhiêu tôi đó là em với gì tôi, xong rồi em giỡn với nhau sao á, cái hai đứa này gượt nhau, xong rồi sao thằng này té. Đúng rồi, đốt cái răng ra. Thằng này đập mặt xuống. Ủa nó có đập cái bàn không ta? Không đúng không? Không. Nó đập mặt xuống cái đốt cái răng. Không đâu căng lắm nha, nhưng mà căng lắm mà giờ kể lại thấy mắc cười.
Em không có rớt cái răng.
Có. You rớt cái răng ra, xong rồi cái này ra, thầy kêu cái gì mày bảo nó vào bài đi. Nên là thằng cô thì buồn vậy, xong nó đi vô đó học bài, vô đó học bài, tự nhiên thì nhưng mà tính ra xử lý vậy là với nó chứ về bình thường là nó chưa lỏng mà, tại vì nó thầy đó là có you do. Ask your father. Okay.
Okay, guys, let's continue.
If you want to know more, you can ask me. Ê,
What?
em nhắc về cái chuyện hồi đó là Bảo với thằng này chơi bắt cái cho mày té rớt cái răng.
What? Okay, let's go. Now, sometimes the moon hasn't been very bright, but our equipment provides the amount of light we need to collect information. So you see, they mentioned something about the scope here, right? The new scope will produce really clear pictures even on moonless nights. So we'll be able to find out more and make better decisions about looking blah blah, something like that. And also you see, they mentioned something about the equipment in paragraph 1. An exciting piece of equipment called a night vision scope, which allows us to see the ducks in the dark, right? So that makes sense. Did anyone choose anything else here? I'm very curious. Did you guys choose A, B, or D?
B.
B. We decided that we only go to sites that were easy to get to, and I'm really glad we made that decision. Yes, you see something like go to sites, right? It sounds very similar to what we read in the article, and glad we make like something about decision or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me why this one is wrong. Why this one is wrong?
We decide that we won't go to sites that were easy to get to.
Yes. Why?
But in the whole paragraph, in the whole text, they didn't say about anything.
Yeah, they just say like I've had to take a boat to some sites. They use the word sites. They just say that I've had to take a boat to some sites, right? They didn't say that the sites were easy or hard to get to, right? You understand? Because here they say that we only go to sites that were easy to get to. That means that they don't go to sites that were hard to get to, right? That were easy to get to, but actually from the text you don't see anything like that. You just say they say that I had to take a boat to some sites and make notes on every duck I see. They didn't say that the sites were easy to get to or were hard to get to. So no information about that. You understand? So that's why it's wrong. And I'm really glad we made that decision. No, they didn't say that they're glad because they make that decision, they go into some kind of easy size or something. No. Did anyone choose A or D?
I choose
You chose A. Having the right vehicle for bad weather has meant we still carry on working whatever it's been like outside, right? Now, yeah, we see something like weather or bad weather, something like that, right? And also like something like working outside or something. Now tell me why this one is wrong. Now you understand that. Did it say anything about having the right vehicle? Did it say anything about having the right vehicle?
I think my vehicles is 9 license.
Which paragraph? Paragraph 1. Oh, night vision scope. Oh, you misunderstand. You thought that is a vehicle. No. That is a what? That is an equipment. You see from paragraph 1 they say an exciting piece of equipment called a night vision scope. So that scope is just an equipment which allows them to what? To see the ducks in the dark. Actually, I think the night vision scope is the thing the man is using. The man is holding in his hands. That is what we call a night vision scope. You see that? Okay. Giống như là ống nhòm vào ban đêm vậy đó bạn. Yeah. Cái mà ông này ông đang cầm trong bức hình kìa. Yeah. So it's not a vehicle. Yeah. Okay. Good. Did anyone choose D? No? Okay. Now let's get back to number 21, right? Duy Tân, right? Your turn. Is that correct? Or V? Number 21. Duy Tân. Okay. Go. Read that.
Was the
That's it. His name. Prentice.
doing
Yes, guys. For this type of test, you see when they ask something like the general idea or the main idea, okay, of the whole text, you always have to do it at the end, because that requires you to read everything. Because after reading that, and then they will ask, okay, what is this guy trying to do in the text? What is he trying to do?
explaining how we doing
Research. Yeah, explaining how he's doing a piece of research. Yes, because we see that he's talking about the equipment, and then he talk about how he does that, right? He chose from choosing a location, and then what he does, and then the difficulties there. You see all of the information there, so we know it is about explaining how he's doing a piece of research. Now give me some particular sentences to prove this. Explaining how he is doing a piece of research. Like what? Give him a chance. He's reading that. We are waiting. Don't worry. We still have a lot of time. It's almost break time. You don't go on fast.
You don't know.
Okay, someone else. Give me something. Okay, give me something.
Edward one, line number one. I work at a U.S. university where my team and I are trying to learn more about water birds, particularly one called the American blackbird.
Yes, they are talking about some research here, right? I work at a U.S. university where my team and I are trying to learn more about water birds, particularly one called the American black duck, right? Okay, what else? Because that is the general idea, so you must see that everywhere or almost everywhere. Explaining how he's doing a piece of research. Now he's talking about that kind of research, right? Starting. And now how he does that? He needs what? He needs what to do that? Yeah, he needs a piece of equipment called a night vision scope, which allows us to, which allows them, right? Which allows them to see the ducks in the dark. That is the equipment. Now, step by step, how can he do that?
Worry about the black ducks mainly for.
Yeah, that's what they worry about. Why they do that? They give the reasons. Paragraph 2, he gives the reason why they need to conduct some researches about the American black ducks, right? That is the reasons for them to do that. And how can they do that? Paragraph 3, read that.
They need coffee for.
They do that by using coffee. That's not the main thing. Yeah, but a part of that, yes. But before that, you see, it is very hard work. Okay, 4 of us working 6 hours daily, study ducks in different locations, take a boat to some sites, make notes on every duck. So that is what he does. You understand? And then what? The weather, talking about the weather, and also he had to drink lots of coffee, something like that. So that is how he works. Okay? So he's planning how he's doing a piece of research. You see? The information is everywhere. Now, tell me why A is wrong. Duy Tân, can you do that? describing how he became a wildlife biologist? Did he describe how he became a wildlife biologist? Yes or no? No, he didn't say anything about that, right? Now, when anh see why C is wrong, suggesting how readers can learn about one type of bird. Did he suggest anything? Did he suggest like readers, that means like someone like us, right? Did he teach us how to learn about one type of bird? No, right? Suggesting how readers can learn about one type of bird. No, he didn't say anything about that. He didn't teach us anything, right? He didn't ask us like, hey guys, if you want to observe these birds, you need to go to this location or that location, and you need to use this piece of equipment. No, he didn't say anything about it. Okay. Now D, giving a report of success he's had in his work. Yes or no? Did he talk about a report of success? No, right? Nothing. Right? So that's why the answer is B. Actually, to do this, normally you use that way. You look at A, oh, it's wrong. C, wrong. D, wrong. Then B, yeah, makes sense. Then you read the whole thing. Oh, the information is everywhere, so that's the answer. Got it? Yeah? Thông thường cái câu charo này các bạn sẽ thường dùng cái phương pháp gọi là loại suy, đúng không? Còn đọc bạn thấy ồ cái này không hợp lý, kia không hợp lý, thì cái còn lại sẽ ấy, rồi bạn đọc kỹ vô. Understand? Done. Break time. Break time chút đi, rồi sau đó chắc mình làm mình đi lướt qua cái phần writing đi. Tại thầy thấy bạn Duy Tân của chúng ta làm có 20 à, cho nên chúng ta cần phải giải thích cho bạn Duy Tân. Right?
Cái gì con cũng 20 nè.
Như vậy luôn hả? How can it be?
Mày gửi tao cái gì vậy quên? Sợ là nó đàng hoàng tử tế không?
Break time.
Dạ em mời chị xem. Ai ạ? Wait. Dán phải lông way back. hay rồi. You know.
Ôi,
Đúng rồi á. Đồng ý đi Quỳnh Anh, đồng ý đi. Lộn 50 rồi.
đây, đi hướng này đi. Bớt dần đi.
Cô đi sắp ra cạo. Lại luôn. Không có thừa không? Có bài. Đúng rồi, Quỳnh Anh thua mà. Hôm qua Quỳnh Anh thua. Sáng giờ Quỳnh Anh phải sao? Người ta nổi tiếng gì hết hai, chị nổi tiếng gì trên dưới hay hai dưới này.
Cuối cũng là một loại tài năng đó. Bóc đi em. Tài năng á.
Tôi bắt đầu rồi đi trước. Quỳnh Anh tên.
May quá nếu mà tôi đi thứ hai đó là tôi bị tại bóc lúc chặn đầu luôn.
Hả? Why are you singing? Mai tên. Con nào hay lắm. Há ra là bóc. Đây mà. Đây mới tới Quỳnh Anh. Sao? Ủa? Xong mà tới em. Chỉ bậy không à. Biết gì? Dù. Hỏi ngu nữa, thằng này giả ngu ghê. Tài lộc quá lớn. Dù. Em lúc đầu em nhìn em nó còn có một con, hai con rồi. Hóa ra nó còn một đống luôn. Rồi. Rồi. Xem hết. Rồi chị còn đi được nữa thì chị đi tiếp. Bây giờ là điểm em nhỏ nhất á. Em nhớ luôn. Sóc thua. Again. Em sao bài đây?
Thì đó là Quỳnh Anh cũng ở trên 6 sao mà.
Kệ. Lộ bài. Thứ năm. Em cho mẹ khóc. Quỳnh Anh đi đi. Trời ơi, chưa bóc nữa. Trời đất chị bóc luôn.
Ôi chưa phải đá
No. Thằng chưa đâu nói nó luôn hoài à. No, 7 lá. 5 lá only. Ê. Vậy là đừng có gì hết á, không có gì đâu. Ôi. Em không domino à? Em không domino đúng không? À đã. Chúng tôi là lật đâu ra đấy nhá. Không có chơi cái trò mà dung túng. Đi đi. Đi đi.
anh khiên.
Đây là mày nhìn người đi mua rồi nhá. Lòng má.
Ôi đừng bóp chết này. Bóp chết này.
Sóc nó thua rồi kìa. Hai tao cũng thua luôn.
Này hả? Chưa mà. Gì vậy?
Con đi. Người anh thua bả luôn rồi.
Ở đâu không còn nè.
Không được, chị đã thua rồi.
Viên.
Ra đi. Rồi, đây cùng lòng đó. Sao?
Bây giờ mình
giữ lại cuối cùng, nó không thèm giữ luôn. Của năm. Thêm người thêm. Tôi có bóc đến là 7 lá rồi nè. 6 rồi đó. 7. Trời ơi là trời. Bạn con tôi xoay được cái dạng lý trường thành 11. Ủa hôm nay không có. Rồi đây. Là cái bản lý trường thành. Chắc không?
Chắc chưa.
Hình như đúng là không có một cái.
Chắc chưa. Đi.
Ổn đầy bề. Dạ ổn đầy bề trong đó. Cười quá. Mà mình anh bóc hết bài, không để không chờ trai bóc hết. Con cố ý.
Cố ý hả?
Không cố ý hả? Chuyện không có ý, ai cố ý hả chuyện ơi.
Rồi, let's go.
Tôi nhất phải lật lên cho nó chứ. Thôi nay ai bóc về bài nhất rồi phá út. Mất đi. Ở vô rồi. Cái bài đại rất em thắng nha.
It's test 3, right?
Giúp. History. Rồi chuyên. Thôi chứ mời.
Alright, guys, now we don't have much time left, so okay, we just go through part 5, okay? Part 5 fast. Wool. Now, okay, go. When I read the first one, the example. Certain.
Other animals like goats and rabbits.
Yeah, wool comes from sheep and certain other animals like goats and rabbits. The answer here is certain, right? Yeah. Okay. Next one. Sub 26.
Over 1 million tons of wool is produced every year, of which 60% goes into clothes.
Yes. Over 1 million tons of wool is produced every year, of which 60% goes into clothes. Now, number 26. Why do we need to use which and not what, whose, or that?
Because of which goes together.
Of which, yeah, actually, which here we are we are referring to what?
To number.
Of which, of what? Wool, only wool.
Well,
And
Animals? No. To be precise, what is that? Because here they say of which. Of wool, I agree, of wool, but what? I need a specific thing. No. You have to read you have to read from the same sentence, right? Not from the other sentence. Over 1 million tons of wool is produced every year, of which 60% goes into clothes. That means 60% of wool is used to make clothes. So of which here, they are talking about what? Yes, we are talking about 1 million tons of wool, which is produced every year. And of which, that means that of that 1 million tons of wool, 60% of that, 60% of 1 million tons of wool goes into clothes. Do you understand? Yeah? So that's why we need to use which, because which here we refer to 1 million tons of wool. Yeah? You can underline that and then you can mark it somehow. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, 26. Which in this case refers to 1 million tons of wool. Yeah? Alright? Okay, now next one, Hồng.
The wool
That is used.
that is used mostly comes from Australian merino ship.
Yes, the wool that is used mostly comes from Australian merino ship. So that's just a type of ship. And that is used mostly comes from. Why do we need to use mostly, not nearly, probably, truly?
Because you see S here.
No. It's just an adverb. So all of them are adverb, right? Mostly, nearly, probably, truly. So actually this is just the meaning. Okay? Mostly. We cannot just say nearly comes from Australia. No. Or probably or truly comes from. No, we just say mostly. I mean most of them. Okay? Mostly or most of it comes from Australian merino ship. 28. Như Quỳnh.
The wool is good for baby clothes. Consist is soft, keeps babies warm and can protect their bodies.
Yes, their wool is good for baby clothes as it is soft, keeps babies warm, and can protect their bodies. Okay, 28. Why do we need to use keeps and not rest, helps, or stays? That's just the meaning. Keeps baby warm. Keeps babies warm. We don't say stays baby warms. We don't say helps babies warm or rest babies warm. It's not natural. Okay? Just sound like that. We just say keeps babies warm. Okay? They go together. So that's just the meaning. This is not a question about grammar. Now number 29, and can protect their bodies. Why do we need to use protect and not grab, care, or save? Again, that's just the meaning. Protect their bodies. Okay? We don't say save their bodies. It's too much. Okay? Just the clothes, what can it do? Just protect the bodies. That's it. Okay? Now, next one, 30. V. Contains valuable oil. Yes. When wool is first cut from the sheep, it contains a high level of valuable oil. So before the wool is used, it must be cleaned. Okay? So contains. Why do we need to use contains and not involves, receives, or consists? Just the meaning. Okay? Contains. If you use consists, did anyone choose consist? If you choose consist, then you need of. It consists of something. Okay? So you cannot use consist. Contains makes more sense. Okay? We don't say receives. Okay, after cutting the wool from the sheep and then it receives a high level of valuable oil. No, it contains, the wool contains a high level of valuable oil. Okay? Involves. What? Involves. It doesn't make sense here. Involves something. No, we don't say it involves a high level of valuable. No. Okay? It contains. I mean, it has something there. Now 31. Duy Tân.
The simplest way to do this is in warm water.
Yes, the simplest way to do this is by putting the wool in warm water. The simplest way to do this means doing what? What? Medicine? Message. No. To clean, it must be clean. Read that carefully. So before the wool is used, it must be cleaned. The simplest way to do this, that means the simplest way to clean the wool is by putting the wool in warm water. Okay? Got it? So simplest makes sense here. We don't say the clearest, the plainest, the nearest. No, the simplest way. The most easy way. Okay? Got it? Oh, time's up. Okay, we'll continue next time. Yeah? That's it for today, guys.